Alright guys, here's card number 3. You guys are ready? I can't believe I'm doing all of them all at once. This is amazing. Okay. This is card number 3, and it's going to be the little celebrate banner, so looks like a little bit of fussy cutting, so we'll see how this goes. But I'm going to, like I did on the last one, bust open all my inks. This looks like a lot of stamping involved, so hopefully I don't screw this one up. The last one didn't seem to go so bad, so first one was a little rocky. This one looks like I'll be alright on this one. Okay, so first, whoops, I got all my little stamp blocks ready to go. First thing first, I'm going to do my celebrate. I seem to have a harder time stamping the bigger image. So I'm going to ink it all up and stamp off once. See how I do. Alright, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Hang out over there for a minute, buddy. And do it again. This time I'll make sure I have no ink on my block. Okay, alright. Alright. Sometimes I feel like I get a better ink job on it if I do it upside down. Does that always work? No. And since I'm going to fussy cut this, it doesn't really matter where I stamp it up. Alright. Pretty proud of that one. Let's do the next one. Okay, so hopefully now that I've made all my little cards here, I will start my art journaling. I'm really excited about that one. Well, that one didn't come out as smooth. Alright, so let's go this way. So maybe if I do a combination of both. Get it all linked up this way. Flip it. Last little touch-ups this way. Let's see if that helps. Get that off the block. And stamp that guy down. Okay, that was better. So let's do it that way again. Hopefully am I in frame? Okay, good. Hopefully the glitter's not too bad. I think that'll be alright. Stamp down. I really like these stamping blocks because they have the little grooves on the side, so it helps. I've noticed that I don't drop them like I usually do, which is the reason why I don't like stamping, because I always, does anybody else do that? Like you fumble and you drop it and you're like, oh, crud. Okay, good. So that's done. Let's see, get those out in a minute. And am I going to need the slate again? Yes, I will. Okay, move my little strips out the way. This is another vertical card, which I usually have challenges with. So let's scoop those guys up. And let's grab the little one first. Let's start with the pink one. Okay, and I'm going to kind of see if I can do this in the center. I seem to do better when my card is wonky. I don't know if that makes sense. Like if my card's wonky, then I see it straight. I'm telling you, my eyeballs are crooked. Cute, cute, cute. Come here. Okay, that's good. And then let's go to pair. And no, let's go to this guy. I should have done this one first, huh? Yeah. Oh well. The thing that I have to say that I like about the stamps and the ink is that it seems like once you stamp off, like there's no ink left on it. Can you see that? So like cleaning is super easy. I'm not too worried about mixing my inks. I'm sure there's, you know, if I were to rub my finger against it or something, I would see the ink that comes off of it, but it feels like it gets like 98% of the ink off, so I'm not worried too much about contaminating my colors or anything like that. But I do know that one of the tips and tricks that I saw was that you want to go to your lightest to darkest colors, which is the reason why I backed out of using the green for the pear. And I keep sticking my finger in this one, so let's move that out of the way. Feel it on my nail. Okay. And let's go to the big one. And I'm going to go right about there, I think. Right in the assembly line. Man, I am loving how easy this is. I feel like a card maker. Who knew? These kits just make it so easy. Now I want to see what the new kit is. Because the new catalog came out. Alright, let me go back to the little guy. Let me grab my pear. And this one is going to get stamped kind of over here, it looks like. No, get out of my way. And that one's down there, but maybe I should put it up here. Or why not? I don't have to do it exactly, right? No one's going to receive two of the same cards, so nobody will know that the last one was different from the first one. Yeah, I like that one up there. Okay, and then we'll move on to this guy. And this guy, skip my card over. It's going to link with, it's going to go up here though. Alright. Whoops, slid my finger. Okay. Come here. I want to see what the new card kits are. I know this one is still available, but I think there's a new one for the Season Expressions 2 catalog. We'll have to look at that and find out. And I think if this video doesn't take too long, I'll show you what I did with the other card sets that we purchased. Those were a lot of fun to play with. I didn't do them on camera, just because it was basically me doing the sentiment part of it and then putting it all together, which was pretty simple to do. Alright. Oh, I had a little bit of ink. Can you see that? Darn it. Good thing that's on the back of the card. You see that little smudge there? Okay. Well, moving on. Hang that over there. Let me get some confetti going. And it's awesome because you can follow exactly how the card looks, or you can do your own little variations to it. That guy's gonna go there. This little guy's gonna go over here. Whoops. Throwing cards at myself, people. Okay, come on. Chopped all my nails off and it's not making life easy. Okay, I'm going to stamp this off just a little bit because I am going to go to my lighter colors here. Yeah, see? Hardly any ink left on that. Can you see that? I just stamped it off and there's no ink coming off of it. So that's awesome. Okay, am I done with this one? Yes. And this is one that I'm having a tough time opening and closing. That's my pair. Here we go. That one's done. Let's get this little guy out here. And we have you like right here. And like right here. Well, this card isn't taking as long as I thought it was gonna. At least I don't think it is. Well, not yet. I shouldn't say something too soon. Now I jinxed it. I think my husband is over there sleeping with America's Funniest Home Videos on. That's kind of funny. All of a sudden I hear random people laughing out of nowhere. I feel like I made a funny. Except they're not laughing at me. Okay. Got that one, and now I'm done with this one. Oh, snap it closed. There we go. Gotta make sure it's closed. Stamp this off just in case. Nothing. Beautiful. And now we're gonna go over here and over here. And we'll do some up here. And some right here. I'll come down here on that one. Oh, I got a gnat in my way. Get out of here. Nobody invited you to the party? Okay. Alright, good to go on that. And I don't need this one anymore. So we can put the canary away. And last one is slate, which I need my string for. And let's flip it this way. I'm always so worried about sticking my finger inside of the... Okay, now with this, I'm going to try to keep a border because I know I don't want my string sticking out farther. No, I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't really want my strings sticking out too far. So I'm going to go right about here, and if anything below that, my pattern should cover that up. Because I don't want strings sticking out below my paper design here, if that makes sense. So, stick down a couple strings. Try not to ink my fingers while I do it, which is not very easy. Alright, switch over my confetti, grab my bow. Cute. Just do a little bow on all of them. I love the fact that it doesn't have to be exact. But you know what? It is a handmade card. Yeah. Figure out where I'm going here. I'm going to go right about there. That looks good to me. I don't know how it looks good to me, but that's what I'm sticking with. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. There we go. Do those. There's so much concentration happening that I'm not speaking. It's so bizarre. I think I did that on my last one too. That's probably why it went by so quick. See, maybe if I do stop talking, I do stamp faster. I don't know if I like that. So we have my buddy's daughter. Her birthday is coming up, so I'll be able to drop off that letter and crocheted blanket that I made for her. She'll finally be able to get to enjoy it. So that'll be nice. Okay. And then I'm going too high on that one. So let's go about there. I don't have to worry about going too low on the card. I just don't want strings to be poking out the bottom of the strips of paper. I gotta make sure I don't have any on my ink on my fingers. I feel like I'm sticking my finger in the ink pad, and I'm gonna stamp it right onto the. I'm gonna stamp a fingerprint onto the card. There we go. And this guy. Oh, I just stamped my finger in the ink. I know I did. Darn it. Keep your fingers out of there. It's meant for stamps only. There we go. One more. Last one. Last one. I hope these me doing card videos isn't too boring for everybody. Stamp these guys down. I gotta make, oh, right into the ink. Come on, keep your fingers out of there. That is not for you. I'm really liking this whole assembly line thing. Wasn't too sure about it. I'm not usually pretty good at that. But I don't think I did too bad this time around. Okay, so there's that one. Here we go, and now I can I can close this guy off. Put my foam thingy over there, and scissors. Oh boy, I am so not good at fussy cutting. But we're going to try it anyway. Okay. If I can remember to move the paper instead of moving the scissors, I'll be in better shape, I think. But for some reason, that is just not comfortable to me yet. To where, you know, you move the paper instead of the scissors. Doesn't help when the cardstock's really thick either. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, it's It's harder for me to... Is my head in the way? Boy, I hope not. Ah, that's my finger. I would like to keep that part of my skin, thank you. Okay. Alright. Why do I get the feeling I should have done this off camera? And I do have a brother Scannicut, but you know. I'm not going to use that only one here. I wonder how well that would work with these. Because there's little breaks in this. I'm going to have to test that out and find out. I have a lot of research that I want to do with the brother Scannicut, because there's a lot of stuff that I see people doing and I can't figure out how the heck they did it. Like cutting out in between a word or something. How do you do that? Like if I have an O and I want to cut out the centerpiece of the O, how? I can't figure out how to do that. I love that machine though. I don't know how I've gone with crafting so long without it. I made all of the teacher appreciation cards with it, cutting out my owls for me, and such a lifesaver. Yeah, that thing saved me days of work. Not hours, just days of work. Sorry, this part's probably really boring. Well, that would be my husband turning over and punching his alarm clock. It's not even ringing. It's kind of funny. Anybody else's spouses do really weird things in their sleep? My husband has this thing where he tries to punch me in the face. That sounds really bad. I don't know if his like elbow hurts or whatever, but he'll stretch his arm out, and all of a sudden his arm just goes to dead weight, and my face just happens to be the target. I've dealt with. I'm so used to it now that like I've grown a sixth sense to it that I will literally wake up out of a dead sleep before his arm actually comes down. Isn't that crazy how that works? I used to be the heaviest sleeper on the face of the planet. Now, I was born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we don't get a lot of earthquakes out there. And I remember one year we had a really bad earthquake that came, you know, it shimmied its way down from California or whatever. And I guess it was like one of the worst earthquakes California had, like the 90s or something like that. I don't even remember. But I slept right through it, and apparently my bed shimmied its way from one wall to another. And my dad was freaking out because he was screaming at me. He was standing in the doorway and he was screaming at me. He's like, "You would sleep through a tornado." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "Do you not even realize where your bed is?" So I sit up and I look around my room. I'm like, "Why'd you move my bed?" He's like, "I didn't move your bed. The earthquake did." I'm like, "We had an earthquake?" It's like, "I stood in the doorway and I watched you bounce up and down. I don't know how you didn't fall out of your bed." I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I didn't feel nothing. He's like, "I know." It's like our house could get bombed and you'd sleep right through it. My dad is like hearing impaired, to the point where, you know, when he takes out his hearing aids, he's pretty much completely deaf. Like, you have to scream at the top of your lungs for him to hear you. So the fact that he woke up is kind of funny. But then again, I mean, it's like vibrations, and he's more sensitive to vibrations than I am due to his hearing loss. So he was like freaking out almost until I was cracking up. I was like, are you kidding me? Picture frames on the floor. Half my stuff on my closet shelf had fallen down. I slept. It's like, I was really tired, Dad. He's like, you could be dead right now. I'm like, well, I'm not, so let's not over-exaggerate the story. I got up and went to school. It was funny. He still tells me that story. Do you remember that time? Yes, Dad. I was there. I remember. But now I'm like, it's crazy how sensitive I am now. I wake up to everything. Doesn't help when you have your mother's cat who keeps waking you up in the middle of the night either. I bought my mom, I didn't buy my mom a cat. A friend of mine in high school, her cat had like 8 kittens or something, so they were trying to find good homes for him. So we took, I asked if I could have one of the cats for Valentine's Day for my mom. And that was 16 years ago. 16 years ago, y'all, that I got my mom's cat, and he is still going strong. He is ornery, and he's got a personality like no other, and I love to hate him. I swear he's like a little brother. He's not a cat. He's a little brother, and he's very demanding. And he's a punk. Like the other day, he didn't have enough water in his bowl. He still had water in his bowl, but it wasn't enough to where he didn't have to bend down to get it. So he figured he would be a punk and push his bowl over and spill the water out, so I would have to fill it. And he looked right at me when he did it. Like, you are so... Oh, I love to hate you. I do. He looked right at me and just grabbed his bowl and went... tipped the whole bowl over. I'm like, oh... And the other day, he scared the bejesus out of Scarlett. Scarlett was getting in the shower, and he decided he needed one, so he jumped in before she could. So the whole front end of him was wet. He's trying to lick the water as it's falling down off the shower head. I'm like, you are the most bizarre cat I've ever seen in my entire life. He chases them around for goldfish, because Jonah and Scarlett will eat goldfish for their snacks after school, and Baby got a hold of one. His name's Baby. Baby got a hold of one and realized he likes them, so now when the kids come up here and they have their goldfish snack and they're relaxing before they have to do homework, he chases them around the room. I think it's hilarious. Scarlett, not so much. She gets pretty mad at him. She's like, you have your own treats. Go get your own. So funny. She talks to him like he's a human being. And the craziest thing is that he responds. He knows how to shake. So he'll shake your hand to get a treat. He's the coolest, jerkiest cat I've ever met in my life. I don't know how else to put it without using curse words. Because he's an a-hole. And he knows it. He does those beady eyes where he stares at you. Like, yeah, I know what I am. And you do too. Get over it. Like, you punk. Or he sleeps on my pillow and he won't move. So I try to sleep on him and then he still doesn't move. I'm like, ugh, this is not working in my favor. All my other animals, if they ever slept on my pillow, I would put my head on them and they would move. You know, not Baby. He just stares at me. So, getting a little worried about him though. He is 16 years old and he's slowing down on his eating. And a buddy of mine, her cat was doing that, and they found out she had lost most of her teeth. Her cat is, I should say, she's not gone. Her cat is 14 years old, I think. And so I had my mom open up baby's mouth, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's missing, like, he's not missing a lot of teeth, but he's missing, like, his 2 top middle ones, and then he's got one down on the bottom in between the eye teeth that's missing. Oh, I thought he was walking into the room. It scared me. It's like, what, I'm talking about you, now you gotta come in? What's up with that, dude? Okay, so now I need this strip. Uh-oh, where's my other ones? Whew. Thought I lost them. Okay. Those ones I'm probably going to stick down with glue. Now this, I gotta figure out. Now can you see this is why I covered it up with that paper? Because I didn't want them to stick out like that. Does that make sense? I hope so. Are you guys really far away? It's really bad that this is the 3rd video and I'm just now realizing how far away you are. You probably can't see any of this, can you? And oh, I'm so not a pro. Okay. So this, oh, I see what's happening. This is going to get taped down first. And then I'm going to put down my glitter tape. Then this guy goes on top of it. Got it. Ta-da! That's easy enough. So we turn you this way. Oops. Okay, looks like, oh, I gotta trim my other cards too. See? So forgetful. Whoa! Out of control, out of control. Go this way. Just because I'm more comfortable that way. Okay. Alright, and since I have to do glue with that last one, that last little strip, I'm going to leave that there for right now. And put these guys over. Not too much longer, I hope. See, I started talking, and now this video's taking forever, so now I feel like I'm a slow crafter when I speak. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop talking, because, well, I can't do that. Alright. Whoops. You stab me. Okay. Get that guy out. Doggone string keeps getting in my way. This guy over. Only one. Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Went off the side, went off the side. Don't do it. Don't do it. So yeah, if you guys hear a random cat howling, that's him yelling at me for something. He likes to yell at me a lot. Which is kind of funny, because when I yell back, he actually responds. Oh man, I'll never find another cat like him. His personality is something else. And I'm sure, like, every owner says that about their animal. I have no doubt about that. He's a funny little character. I don't know what my mom's gonna do when he passes. She's like, Dad, I'm never gonna own another cat. Like, you know, but you said that before we got him. Well, I didn't have a choice. You snuck him in the house. So I think I'm more worried about my kids, too, because, well, she, you know, Baby's my mom's companion. He's been there for her through a lot. And, I'm worried about my kids, too, because they're very attached to him. Scarlett loves him to pieces. She calls him the old man. Mom, the old man won't quit following me. this stuff is so tacky. I don't mean like in a bad way, I mean like the back of it's like really, it was a bad choice of words. You couldn't get it off my finger. The adhesive on it's amazing. This thing is never coming off unless you like rip the paper to get it off. Let go. Okay, stick that back on. See, I still have plenty. I don't know if we, I don't know, I can't rip that open without like destroying the package. Just gonna see how much was left on there. But still plenty to play with, obviously, from the kit. After all 5 cards are made. Trim this guy off. Okay. Okay. Ouch. Just kidding. Oh, now it sounds like my husband's watching Married with Children. Well, he's not really watching it, the TV's just on. Okay. Now I'm going to use glitter glue. I'm so excited. And this is supposed to go, whoops, on top of this. Okay, let me grab this because I got a little bit oozing out. Okay. I need to get the metal tip. Okay. Sorry, I just realized I was really quiet there for a while. Oopsie. Don't stick your finger in the glue. Straighten that up just to here. Oh, that gnat is flying by my ear. Okay, and trim this off. I wonder how well this stuff sticks with glitter tape. Oh, everything else I've tested it on, it's like it's the best glue ever. Thanks to my buddy Kimmy, I have a bottle. Okay. She was kind enough to purchase that for me. Okay. Alright, last, well, not quite last step, but we're getting close, getting close. 40 minutes. Alright. Okay. This one has the most, so. I really like this color. I'm not sure what it's called. We'll have to figure this out for sure. Doesn't tell me on the package, I don't think. I think it's just called pink something. Yeah, pink enamel gems. Alright. Still, this is what I have left of these after using them on all the cards. So still plenty there. We still have quite a bit left over when the kit's all done. Oopsie. Put those guys away. Now that I'm done with the kit, I can put it all together. I tried to keep it all as a kit until, you know, it was said and done. And then this guy. Ooh, what's my scissors? Alright. Okay, now my husband is apparently watching Married with Children. Okay, card number 1. Nope, let go of me, let go, let go. Had a fly just get stuck in my light. That was awesome. Card number 2. Oh my goodness, I'm loving them. They are so stinking cute. And I'm usually not confident about anything I do. Can I take that off or no? No? Okay, that can go there. Okay. Cut that one a little too long. Oh geez, he must have heard me talking about him because now he's here. He's drinking his water. Hoping he's not contemplating tipping it. have a whole bunch of towels surrounding his bowl because he keeps, like, knocking it over. Keep telling him, keep knocking it over, I'm gonna knock you out, you better stop it. And he just looks at me, meows, and tips it anyway. He knows exactly what he's doing. I see you. Stinker. Okay, finally, card number 3. Card number 4. And last but not least, card number 5. How stinking cute. Okay. So there's those. Oh, I'm not really in frame. I did it. I'm so proud of me. Yay. Okay. So there's card number 3. So there's those. Card number 3. Card number 2. And card number 1. So there's the 3 cards, and I made them all, I want to say, between all my videos, a little over 2 hours is how long it took me. And that's not including the cut time, except for this, because I did hand fussy cut those, but I had my papers pre-cut, which thank goodness I did, because it took me 2 hours to get this far. So hopefully the next set, it won't take me as long, and, you know, the more I practice at it, the better I'll get at it, the more confident I'll get at it, and that is going to be helpful. So this was the Kaleidoscope Workshops on the Go kit, and if you are interested, I will leave the link down below. And I mean, even if you don't create them the same exact way, because I know a lot of you guys are amazing card makers and you don't really need this, I made 15 cards with just tips on, hey, if you cut your card this way and you cut this way, and you know what I mean? I want to learn how to do this sort of stuff to make multiples. How do I use a 12 by 12 in the best way possible to make 5 cards? Does that make sense? So, anywho, this is a paper sheet that I will keep because I can use this to make 15 cards with any type of cardstock. I just gotta, you know, I can make it work. So, anywho, like I said, that's it for tonight, and I'm gonna head to bed because it's almost 3 a.m. now, and I started this at like 1 o'clock-ish, a little bit before 1. So, I will see you guys in the next video, and I think it's probably gonna be art journaling. I really want to dig my hands into that and get going on my quote book. So, alright, like I said, I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me and continuing my journey and all the little journeys that I've had, all the little side streets that we've taken, and just still hanging in here with me. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys soon.